Hello! Today I'm going to talk about how I deal with conflict. Whenever I'm out in public and street performing, multiple times I've ran into individuals that are mentally unstable or projecting their insecurities in almost a violent way. And what I do is I keep my cool, I stand my ground, I stay as quiet as possible, and if I do need to talk to them, then I try to stay as respectful as possible and not escalate the situation. Yesterday, I was playing music in St. Charles, and there was this individual. He was sitting there for a good hour. I mean, I thought he was enjoying the music. Just my assumption to most people that sit there for a while and listen to me. But after I played the Amazon is on fire, and this is on my last live stream. It's like maybe an hour into it. He starts screaming, "Shut up," and just like going on this huge tangent and saying like "F you" to everybody. And then he starts saying he's gonna kill people and be violent. He's almost vaguely talking to me. And I'm pretty sure the guy just was not right in the head, and he seems like he was a drug addict. Like I've met people on certain substances that act like that. They just go on these huge rampages of rage for no logical reason, and they're paranoid as if the whole world's against them. And he was talking like, "You're all evil." And then like people were walking by, and this one guy walked by, and he starts to laugh a little bit, and he starts screaming at him like, do something, I will skin your dog." And it was horrible. And he's walking like closer to me because I guess he was upset that I was playing music there for so long. I'm not sure if he was upset that my music is preachy or if he's just generally an upset person. I've also heard people say, from like a spiritual perspective, people that are like off of negative energy get irritated from positive energy. So if my music is positive and this guy's this big ball of negative energy sitting there for an hour, probably wanting me to leave and thinking in his mind, I'm going to hold my ground until he leaves, and then I never leave, and then he just blew up. I don't know what happened, but I stood my ground, I stayed quiet, and he kept vaguely saying things to me, and he walks by me, and I made slight eye contact, but then I like looked away and just did the whole bow thing while he's vaguely threatening me and everybody in the vicinity. And I'm trying to play the next song, but he seems to be getting angrier, and almost like he's not directly telling me like shut up, stop playing music, but it's like he's saying these things like everybody shut up, and then as I play and get a little bit louder, he's getting more intense, and then he's like kind of walking away and going behind me, but then coming back. And one of the times he walked away, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna play this song, and you know what, if he attacks me, I'll defend myself, and I might have to break my guitar, but for the animals. And so I start playing the song and projecting my voice, and he walks by me, but then he walks away, and nothing happened, thank God, because I mean, obviously it is frightening, a unstable individual to be making threats to everyone's life and to be in that state of mind. And to the only thing I really had to defend myself with was my guitar or my hands. I mean, whatever. I'm glad it didn't come to that. And later a police officer drove by, and he's like, "Hey, have you seen that guy?" So somebody did call the police on him. He was screaming and making everybody uncomfortable. But yeah, I'm glad. Afterwards, I thought about it, and like part of me was like, you should have spoken up. You should have stood up for everyone on the street and been like, "Hey, sir, don't say those things." or like, basically I was thinking to myself like, you should have been more assertive. You should have started playing the song louder, besides the fact that he's like walking by you and threatening you. Just keep playing the music louder. And I started to get down on myself, like, yeah, I should have done that. But then thinking about it more, that could have escalated the situation. So what I did, stayed calm, and I didn't play the music louder, and at least not at first. I kind of gradually leaned into it to read him, to see if he was going to explode and attack me. And that was better, because it was probably more likely that if I started just playing the music really loud, he would have seen that as like, oh, he's like taunting me, like, no, so then he would have been triggered, and then it would have escalated. So I do like the art of fighting. I do like the idea of being the hero who like defuses a bad guy who freaks out, but ideally you should de-escalate every situation to where you shouldn't have to fight. And that's how I try to keep it. I try to always go back to that tone of respect, and sometimes you will run into those individuals where that's not enough and they're going to attack you anyway. And that's whenever you, at least for me, I find it justifiable to defend yourself and use your guitar as a weapon. Part of me wants to start bringing my wooden training sword, because that's a better self-defense weapon, but also it's illegal to carry those around for some reason, although it's legal to carry guns around. Weird. Anyway, also, I shouldn't have to expect to defend myself. I mean, it happens, but I don't want to have to use my guitar if the situation comes, because then I'm going to have to start this whole campaign of, help me get a new guitar, I had to break it on somebody. It's very unlikely that it's very likely something like this will happen again. So I do like MMA, but self-defense is something that I might start getting back into as a daily process. I mean, as my workout routine, I train with the sword, and I train like the little that I learned of MMA from other people. But my friend Jeff also said he could teach me some things, so I might take him up on that. But at the same time, music is my main focus right now. So if something like that happens, I'll just try my best and use the righteousness, pure of heart side of me to overcome whatever happens. Because even if I get hurt, even if I lose the fight, at least I know that I was in the right place in my heart and mind, and I tried my best. So, what do y'all think? Have you ever had to deal with people? Have you ever had to get violent? Have you ever diffused a situation successfully? Leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching. For the animals! Woo!